we've been talking about how to get along at church. A couple of weeks ago, I talked about setting up in the front half of the church instead of the back half. Last Monday, I talked about how much we put in to our praise expression. The more we put into it, the more we're going to get out of it. Well, today I want to talk about getting along with each other. I know that sounds really simple. Why would people who love Jesus and profess to love each other not get along with each other? But I have a theory about that. I think the natural human response to each other is to find more things we can disagree about than things we can agree on. I've seen the most ridiculous things be divisive in families and in churches. Far too often, children, our young people, and even adults are wounded in family and church squabbles. Believe it or not, there actually have been churches split over such stupid things as the color of the carpet. How Satan must be delighted. So I want us to give it a little thought this morning. And of course, as most normal, everything reminds me of a joke. And so I want to share this one with you. And this is speaks to the silliness of the things that divide us. So some time ago, the story goes, some time ago I came upon a fellow on a trip who was carrying a Bible. "Are you a believer?" I asked him. "Yes," he said excitedly. "But I've learned you can't be too careful." "Virgin birth?" I asked. He said, "I accept it." "Deity of Christ?" "No doubt." "Death of Christ on a cross?" "Well, he died for all people." Could it be that I was face to face with a Christian? Perhaps. Nonetheless, I continued my checklist. Status of man: sinners in need of grace. Definition of grace: God doing for man what man cannot do for himself. Return of Christ: imminent. Bible: inspired. The church: body of Christ. I started getting excited. Conservative or liberal? He was getting interested too. "Why conservative?" he said. My heart began to beat faster. Heritage: Southern Congregationalist, Holy Son of God, Dispensationalist, Triune Convention. That was mine. Branch: premillennial, post-trib, non-charismatic, King James, one-cup communion. My eyes misted. I only had one more question. "Is your pulpit wooden or fiberglass?" "Fiberglass," he responded. I withdrew my hand, stiffened my neck. "Heretic," I said, and walked away. Now, probably some of you who listen to that, you don't even know what some of those terminologies are talking about. But folks, it grieves my heart. We can disagree about non-essential things, but let's focus on agreeing about Jesus, about his coming as the Son of God, sinless in his life, and laying down his life on the cross for us, and by his blood gives us the forgiveness of sins, and his resurrection is the thing that validated the whole story. There's so much for us to agree on. Let's be very careful about the things we choose to disagree on. And if we disagree, to say that's okay. We can still love each other. Well, I do laugh when I read that joke, but I weep at how easy it is for us to turn against each other. Paul gave the admonition to the Ephesians as a prisoner of the Lord. I urge you to live a life worthy of the calling you have received. Be completely humble and gentle, be patient, bearing with one another in love. Make every effort to keep the unity of the Spirit through the bond of peace. Well, be at peace, my friends, and have a great week.